Hello everyone and welcome back to Roblox Studio Scripting. Recently we've gone over the basics of client-server relations, but I haven't told you how to communicate between the two. So in this video, we'll be using remote events and unreliable remote events to communicate from a script to a local script. Let's add our local script into starter player scripts. And let's add our script into server script service. Now we're going to be using remote events first, and remote events need to be accessible to both the server and the client, so they're generally put inside a folder in replicated storage, because replicated storage automatically downloads to every client. Some services don't. So let's do a new folder for our events, and let's add a remote event, and let's add an unreliable remote event. We're going to be going over remote event first. So let's go here into our local script. Let's do event equals game.replicated storage events dot remote event. Let's do the same thing in the server side script. And then we're going to do event fire server on the client side. And we can use this to pass information to the server. So let's give it a string, and let's give it a number. Okay, and then on this side, we can connect to that trigger by doing event.onServerEvent connect. Then we can add a function that has parameters that were passed from this event. So first thing it's going to pass is the player that did it. So the player whose local script this is. And then also any parameters. So we're going to get a string and a number. Let's print the new string. And then let's wait 4 seconds and then communicate back to the client by doing something very similar. We're going to fire client, and you'll see that there's also fire all clients. Self-explanatory. Now fire client will only fire towards the one client that is provided as the player. So in this case, we're going to get a player, and we're firing right back to that specific player. And then we're going to pass number +2, because why not? And then on this side, we can connect to it. Event dot on client event connect function number print this number. Now if we click play, we sent the information to the server, it printed it, it's going to wait 4 seconds, and then we're going to get 10. Now, unreliable remote events do very much the same thing, with one specific difference. So let me quickly change that. So if I click play, it should do the exact same thing. Yep, it does the exact same thing, but it doesn't recheck itself. So remote events will automatically check and see if the information has passed through, and then recall it, redo it, retry over and over. And this can lead to lag, potentially, if there are thousands of remote events being fired. So unreliable remote events are for things like bullet tracers or something else that is being sent to the client or the server repeatedly that doesn't really need to be verified, right? Because if you're shooting 1,000 bullets a second, you don't really need every single one to go through. And to have that happen would just lead to some more lag. You'll be using remote events most of the time just because they are obviously more reliable than the unreliable remote event. But unreliable remote events do have their uses. Now, if you're curious how many times it checks, I don't actually know. This is a bit of the two generals problem. I'll leave a link to that video somewhere. It's by Tom Scott. It's very good. Very good analysis on the problem. And this is more computer science stuff that you should probably know because it's cool. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. And if you want to see more stuff like this, subscribe. I'll be posting more. And thank you. That's all I can say. Leave a comment. Tell me how I can do better. Take care. Have a good one.